Well, congratulations. You've made it through what is likely to be a mass of videos about the same topic. You'll recall that 2 months ago I made a video when they put out the plebiscite for Australia to vote on same-sex marriage. I'll link that video right here. Well, this week Australia votes on whether we think there should be gay marriage allowed in Australia. The vote has just been announced, and the overall majority of Australia, I'll put the stats here as well, has said that they are for, in other words, they voted yes, gay marriage, same-sex marriage, same, as far as I know. And there's overwhelming joy in the gay and lesbian community and transgender. I don't know the words for it, but you know exactly what I mean. The trouble is, it wasn't a vote. It was always a plebiscite. And whilst in some countries that does exactly mean that it will change the constitution, in Australia the definition defines it as being something that doesn't affect the constitution. So it is still subject to a vote in Parliament. My gut feeling is there will be a couple of blocks on that, but I do think the overwhelming end result will be that it is the Constitution has changed to have same-sex marriage in the country. What troubles me is, maybe ultimately it won't make a difference, but what troubles me is when I see everyone rejoicing that voted yes, there's no victory. Some people say we have a victory. There is no victory any more than if those that voted no won the most popular vote. Because again, it wasn't a vote. It's null. At this stage, it is null. It is merely an opinion poll. So, like, by all means, I'm sincerely happy for those that found the overwhelming, and I'll put the stats here like I said, the overwhelming majority, roughly 60% were in favour. I'm happy for them that they had that. Maybe it's more of a, I don't know, I'm not gay, but maybe it's more of an acknowledgement. So that's cool. I mean, in my video 2 months ago when they put out the forms, I did state that personally I don't define people by their colour, their race. I define people by people. What they do in their private life, if it doesn't affect me, and most of it doesn't, I'm fine with it. I guess my philosophy is living that I may not agree with, and I'm not saying this is the case, I may not agree with the topic, but I'll defend to the death their right to have their say, their right to an opinion. And unfortunately, hello cat, unfortunately, here's the negative side of the whole plebiscite. It's cut a wedge right down the middle, well, 40-60. There is a conspiracy theory long-standing that, you know, the powers that be would like to create disruption. This certainly has created disruption, and I knew it would. Anyone with half a brain would realise it would. So people just chill out. Like, don't attack people that didn't vote your way. It wasn't a vote. It was not a vote. And even if it was a vote, don't attack people with a different opinion. Everyone is an individual. They have a right to an opinion. It may not agree with yours, but like, I was waiting up at the hospital yesterday to have a follow-up about my hand operation. And I have to admit, reading a friend of mine's Facebook post, I was just both astounded and amused by some of the comments. There's one person who said, I'm going to block you because you disagree with me. And I said, well, while you're at it, block me as well, because I don't want anything to do with someone with that mentality or lack thereof. Yeah. Chill out, people. It's excellent if your vote, I'm using it now, if your vote was, the outcome was the way you wanted it. At the end of the day, it still has another stage or two to go through. But look, the majority has spoken, and like it or not, I mean, when I made the video 2 months ago, I have been shown or have been extra information now that's made me, oh, I didn't know that. Based on that, and this is apparently proven in countries that have adopted same-sex marriage, there's a whole lot of other things that come with it. Whether that happens here or not, I don't know. And it certainly wasn't something that the average person in the street would readily know. I didn't know it anyway. There's a whole lot of other connotations apart from the liberation of one's rights. Things like in schools that now, for whatever reason, the kids now must be taught. I'm talking little kids. That if you're a boy, it's okay to be a girl and you can come to school in a dress, and vice versa. I mean, these are little kids. These are not university people, or these are little kids that are struggling enough to contemplate life. That part of it, yeah, I'm not in favour of. And there's other things too, like outside of this whole episode, I saw something on a very, very popular YouTube channel the other day, which, yes, most of the time I tend to agree with what they say and it's informative, but this was outright bullshit. They were saying that in Australia and another country, I forget which one, Father's Day has been banned. It has not been banned. Father's Day has not been banned. And when they did a follow-up story later on that day, they had the title Father's Day banned in Australia, and I watched it and there wasn't even a mention of it. They had a TV ad that was an American ad where they basically segregated the father component of the family, in as much people were complaining that this particular ad originally had a baby and the father's stroking the baby's foot or whatever, the father was out doing whatever, and they've apparently complained that, well, they're saying that a father shouldn't have any role. Let me know your opinion. And it goes a little bit even bigger than that because, oh look, let's leave it at that for now. You can watch my next video and let me know what you think. But look, just briefly, it's fantastic that the right has been recognised by the people. Unfortunately, that doesn't change the law, and now we'll see where that goes. But like people, the main message and reason for this video is don't attack people that have a different opinion to you. They're entitled to. We live in a democracy, well, in theory anyway, and like celebrate the rights to have a different opinion. I'll leave it with you. Thanks for watching. See ya.